Monday. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, well rested, because we have a very eventful week this week. We're going to be talking about the partnership between AGIX and ICP, what I think might come from this. I'm extremely excited about this thing. And then we're going to get into some decentralized science. A lot of things have been happening in the realm of DeSci. And then we're going to take our liquidity out of these markets. We're going to make some good trades. I hope everyone's ready for today. Hit that like button. Remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or as close as I can possibly make it because I'm not always at my computer. But I have my laptop to go live in an event where I'm not here. So the tweet that I put out to kind of draw attention in here, so some of you guys are probably from Twitter here, is I think Bitcoin has a very, very high likelihood of coming down and retesting this previous support that we had built out pretty much all of 2023. It's a 20% drawdown in Bitcoin, which might scare a lot of people, but you have to remember that this asset class is extremely volatile. This kind of stuff happens all the time. 20%, 50% crashes in Bitcoin is really just par for the course. It's nothing I would even be remotely concerned about. If anything, you should be excited to see some cheaper Bitcoin, because imagine what that's going to do to altcoins. That's going to absolutely decimate some of our favorite altcoins. And considering personally, I am 32.5% cash right now, or stable coins, same thing, synonymous in my realm. I would love some major pullbacks here because I need to deploy. I need to deploy this capital, you know? Good morning, C90FTW. What's good? Thank you for being here, my man. Thank you. I stole you over from Blockchain Basement. Let's go. MK2000. I guess this means he got his charger cable. Well, I'm at my desktop now. You know what? There's actually a pure chaos when it came to that charging cable, right? I flew to Philly for Thanksgiving, and I got 2 hours of sleep before I flew out. And so as I was frantically packing, forgot my charging cable for my laptop. I borrowed someone's car, drove like 40 minutes to a Best Buy to buy a replacement charger. The guy at Best Buy helped me pick one out. It wasn't the right one. It didn't work. So I had to continue going live from my phone. And then I was hungover on Friday, so I didn't go live. But yes, situation fixed, crisis averted. What's good, Nixu? Truth. Did you get out of any lake on the last pump? I did not, because all of my lake is staked right now. So while I would be taking profits off of this pump, right, because Data Lake doesn't usually maintain these pumps, especially with the staking yield right now. The staking yield's a little bit aggressive, right? And so these pumps are not long lasted. So if you are not staking, just like this one back here, I would personally be taking some profits on it. But that yield on Lake, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Getting distracted. We'll get back into it, don't worry. I got my little plan here. The yield on Lake is 471% APR, and it's only good till March, I believe. So I'm taking full advantage of this to build out my stack as much as possible. So while I would like to take profits, I don't want to get out of that stake. But it does look good for the portfolio right now. This pump was definitely well needed. It was missing, but glad you're on today. Let's go. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about AGIX and Dfinity, the partnership between SingularityNet and Dfinity. What does this mean? Should we be excited? Does it even matter? I think it matters a lot. AGIX, or SingularityNet, is focused entirely on AI, artificial intelligence. ICP, the coin that Dfinity launched, is very much all about, like, literally one of the most easily accessible blockchain to add everything on chain with, right? You know, for a quick example, when people talk about AVAX is like Amazon's blockchain because they're partnered with Amazon, AWS. That just means that AWS hosts all of the data that otherwise would be on chain. ICP gets rid of that. You can literally host everything on chain. You can pull from the internet, do HTTP requests. I know I'm getting everyone bored with this type of information, but it's crucial if you are a decentralized maxi. Now, ICP is not the most decentralized blockchain, but it does enable for data to be stored on chain. And recently, Dfinity gave out a $5 million DAI grant. That was back in July. So they're trying to get AI projects on the internet computer. And now, well, would you look at that? They partnered with the largest AI blockchain to make that a reality. The initiative with SingularityNet will further realize the vision for DAI, decentralized AI, which I personally think is a huge, huge W for everyone. Because one of the main concerns, one of the problems with AI is not being able to determine where that AI came from. You see deep fakes, you see videos of people who are saying things that they didn't actually say, you see fake images coming out. Like, there's a lot of scams that involve and use AI. So if we could get everything on a blockchain for AI, if we could do decentralized AI to its fullest extent, you'd be able to see essentially like a virtual signature with everything that is generated on a blockchain. So you know definitively, hey, this is not a real video, this is AI generated. There's a lot more to it as well, obviously. That's just something that I am watching and paying close attention for, because I think it's going to be, it's needed. It's one of those needed things. And here comes the leaf blower. ICP talk, woo! Here comes the dude who comes around our condo and blows at my window for like 30 seconds. All of this AI stuff is cool, but I see regulations coming for it. The sooner the better, dude. The sooner the better. Really, genuinely, I hope that they do get some regulations, because right now it's the Wild West and it's moving faster than anyone really can expect. I don't know that they'll be able to keep up with how quickly AI is evolving. Look at the crypto stuff. They can't even keep up with crypto. AI is moving faster than crypto, at least recently. Now, you guys know, if you don't know, I'm a big fan of DeSci. I like decentralized science. I was just listening to Genomes DAO. They had a Twitter space going on this morning. I was in there listening to it. They're a good resource. They put these spaces on a lot, and they just give you updates on what's happening in the realm of decentralized science. Right now, many of the companies or the DAOs or the blockchain-based initiatives for decentralized science are in Qatar. There's an AI summit going on like this week in Qatar, and so most of the people there are there trying to figure out how AI plays into decentralized science. And part of what I use as a resource to keep an eye on some of these DeSci plays is Molecule Beta, okay? Molecule.ai or whatever their app is, discover.molecule.2. This is basically all the funding rounds that different decentralized science protocols are working on getting momentum for. And if you look, this is what I use it for, right? These are cool, but it's really like too much to read. Targeting the ISR for ovarian follicle survival. I don't actually care about that, okay? I don't actually care about the C-gas sting pathway to delay ovarian aging, the topical thyroid hormones for hair growth, right? None of those really apply to me. I'm not super interested. What I am interested in looking at is who is funding these research protocols, right? Because the entire virtuous cycle for DeSci, at least one of the use cases, is to fund research, have that research produce some sort of result, see if that result is monetizable, and then put the money back into a fund to fund more research to try and continue that cycle and see if we can extend longevity for humans. I'm looking to see who is funding most of these, and we see Athena DAO, Hair DAO, Valley DAO, VitaDAO, right? It lets you know VitaDAO earlier this year did a lot of funding. Right now, Athena DAO is going ham with their funding. So it's intriguing to pay attention and see who's putting the most money into actual real world use cases rather than just pumping their token, right? Hopefully that made sense. Your camera video is clean. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't really do too much to it. I need to get a new little camera. I don't think they will have it all understood well enough to censor AI. I could see the government using ChatGPT to ask what it should be allowed. You're probably I don't even know that they understand how to ask ChatGPT things. It's probably like going back and forth like, hey, are you able to tell me what AI is? And then they're like, ChatGPT spits out some answer and they're having just a full-blown conversation rather than the instructional way you're supposed to be using these language models. I don't think that anyone in Congress, okay, maybe not everyone, but there's probably only like 20% of Congress who's actually used AI. Everyone else is just getting debriefs from it. You don't have to worry about your hair AI. I know. I did a video on HairDAO, and in it I was saying like part of the reason that I grew out my hair is because I wanted to experience it before I went potentially bald. Potentially. That's not a guaranteed. The last thing before we get into some trading, some live trading, I want to pull up Genomes DAO. Their pinned tweet here. I think it's a good tweet to be looking at, a good tweet to pay attention to. So decentralized science, subcategory descriptions. They list out 5 different DeSci protocols that they believe you should pay attention to. So Fleming Protocol is a decentralized platform that connects patients, communities, and industry collaborators to tackle unmet health needs. Connection. Beautiful. Genomes DAO strives to meet the increasing expectation of research organizations, institutions, as well as customers for the security of genomic data. I'm a huge fan of Genomes DAO. Genomes DAO is one of the most, in my opinion, well-run DAOs. I am very bullish on Genomes DAO. Reputable Health is a biohacking and personalized wellness community that allows members to sell their data to third parties over places like the Ocean Marketplace. Data Lake is a DeSci project creating a global medicine data donation system based on blockchain technology to support medical research and AI. And finally, HealthX Change aims to push medical research forward while, I almost said constipating, while compensating patients for data that they own. Pretty much all of these, except for Genomes DAO, sound like they do basically the same exact thing. Genomes DAO and Data Lake I've done a lot of research into. The other 3, not as much. Not as much. Actually, I haven't even heard of them before that post, so don't want to worry about that. Now, feel free to hit your questions, any thoughts you guys have. Make sure you are subscribed, like that video, turn on notification bell because we're live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's a little rerun for everyone who's watching this back on the replay. A lot of the people who watch my videos here, get out of here. View your channel. I hope I didn't just dox anything important. But a lot of the people who are watching some of these back, the lives, not these 2 because they were shit, but 700 views, 599 views, 113 views. Like these last few lives have done really well, but it's all after the fact, right? We get like 7 people, 10 people. I think 10 is the max I've had in a live with me. So shout out you guys. You guys are the real ones. Everyone else is watching them back after the fact, probably because of the title here. 100 to 10,000. That's just the journey we're on with trading. Now let's go see. Let's go see if we can grab our liquidity out of this market. I took a trade last night on Aptos. As we were coming in here, we approached the VWAP. I entered a short. We came down. I was expecting to come down a little bit further than what we actually came down to. So I wanted to get my 1.4% out of it. And it ended up screwing me. My greed kind of screwed me because after we bounced off of some sort of support here. I guess I could draw the line, although it's minuscule. We ended up going to my stop loss before actually following through with the trade. So it was kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. It's part of the journey with the trading account. I had hit like 5 trades in a row, so it makes sense that one of these was going to be a loss. I'm glad I was able to get that loss out of the way, and then we can go back to making some money. So today, Bitcoin is absolutely bearish. We've been below the VWAP all morning. We're very extended to the downside right now, but the RSI still looks healthy. I wouldn't say it's overextended like it was back here. We're still just trending down. So there is definitely a clear channel here. Right? You see that channel very evidently, where Bitcoin is just, it's almost like a microphone, but not quite. Can you explain VWAP real quick? I would love to. Thank you for asking. I would absolutely love to explain the VWAP. I have some videos explaining my trading strategy in the Kryptonite Discord, which is actually, I should change them over to my Discord. And I might even make the videos public. I'm not sure. That's kind of like the paywall to get into the Discord so that there's alpha in the Discord. So I might make them, keep them private, but I would love to explain it, yes. So, the VWAP stands for Volume Weighted Average Price. You and everyone here is fully aware of a simple moving average or an exponential moving average. These are just averages of the price of a token or an asset, doesn't even have to just be a crypto, over an extended period of time, okay? These moving averages lack one fundamental thing, in my opinion. It's that they take every single candle as if it is equal in weight. Not every candle is equal in weight. Some candles have an overwhelming amount of volume in them compared to others. If you come and look at Bitcoin over the weekend, this can be outlined perfectly for you guys, okay? Look at how like jagged these movements are. This period right here, the price of Bitcoin did not move for essentially 16 minutes. There's small trades going on in there. There is a little bit of volume, but these 16 candles are very much not, like, they don't hold the same value as, let's say, these 16 candles, right? And that is taken into account for the VWAP. So the volume or the velocity behind a move is taken into account with the volume weighted average price, and it's not when it's just a moving average. So I like using the volume weighted average price, the VWAP, when I do my trades because it accounts for that. Some candles are more equal to others. Yeah, there's not equality amongst candles. There's just not. And so that allows me to get rid of the volume bars down here because I don't need them. I can see the volume based off how the VWAP reacts. And on top of that, the VWAP is a standard distribution of the prices. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I go into the settings here, you can see that there are multiple band multipliers here for the VWAP. This blue VWAP is basically the middle of a bell curve, okay? I know I'm not doing it quickly, but I'm doing it quickly if you really think about it. Let's go to images. This one's perfect. That blue line represents this middle line, dotted line in a bell curve. I don't mean to bring up statistics this early in the morning, but too bad you're here already, so. Within this first band multiplier, you'll find that about 68% of price action takes place. So between the two green lines, about 68% of the time, Bitcoin will be in that area, in that zone. If we go out even further, the second line accounts for 95% of price action, and the third line should account for 99.7% of price action. So you'll notice that anytime Bitcoin or any asset, this works for any asset, gets outside of the third band, it quickly goes back inside. It doesn't enjoy spending a lot of time outside of it because that requires a lot of velocity, a lot of move, a lot of veracity in the move, right? So it's just a helpful trading indicator. It also outlines the direction for the day. So when we're trading below it, we're bearish. When we're trading above it, we're bullish. And it's literally just as simple as that. So I usually keep the second band multiplier on, and I just look to trade off of it, trade off the bounces. Is that a pig reference? Yeah, that reference skipped right over my head. So my trading strategy waits for us to come up and kiss the VWAP. I'm waiting for us to get rejected and then make a move back in the same direction that we came from. So I'm just looking for quick reversals off the VWAP. And it's a good pattern. It's a good thing to pay attention to. I have the RSI here to tell me if we're likely to get a reversal, right? So I look for a divergence between the price and the RSI as an oscillator. So right here, the price of Bitcoin was staying right at the VWAP, but the RSI was coming down. That tells me that we're likely to make a move downwards. There's a divergence there. So right now, unfortunately, I don't see a good trade setup on Bitcoin, but that's why we have multiple assets to look at. Yeah, thanks for asking. It's been a minute since I've explained it over again. I just operate under the assumption that everyone's used to it. I know I'm long-winded with that, but there's a lot of information there. So all day today, every single setup looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, most of this stuff looks good. ADA, I would wait for us to come back up to the VWAP and then take a short. This is a perfect trading setup if we can make it back up to the VWAP. Matic, same thing. Looks pretty good. We just actually got rejected off of an area that looks pretty similar to the VWAP. Like we didn't quite make it up here. We were about 0.5% off. And the same thing happened again on this approach. We were about a little bit more than 0.5%. So it is trending downwards, but that could have been a good trade setup. Too bad I was ranting. Solana, you see the pattern? You see, this is a perfect day to trade. It just, we're so far extended away from the VWAP right now, I don't know that I'll be able to enter any on this live stream. But I would be paying attention for retest on some of these assets. Yeah, this is perfect. Let's see if what's his name has that the liquidity back up. Come on. Nope. Okay. Something happened on Black Friday where he lost access to this, but this is what I liked using the most. So I'm a little bit disappointed that it's like not there anymore. And now we don't even have the longer term one. So this live stream is now virtually useless for me. But that's good. We're only 2 away from 500. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out everyone who's newer here. I appreciate you all. We're a small channel, but we're getting going. We're getting going. The momentum, I can feel it shifting. I can feel it shifting. Do you guys, since we have multiple people here, if you scroll through some of the larger cryptocurrencies out there and add the VWAP filter, let me know if there is one that is close to the VWAP. Like for example, I would love to short Solana here, but I need to wait for it to bounce up to the VWAP again and then get rejected and come back down. And then I would be taking my 1% out of this move, which it's a volatile day today, so that 1% is very, very attainable. 1%'s not a ton. I know it doesn't get you guys out of bed. It doesn't get you guys a little feisty, a little excited. I wanted to say turned on, but I was afraid to say it. I don't know why. But guess what? We're not trying to time massive explosions in the price. So we can use leverage. I use 10 to 20x leverage when I make these trades. And so I'm looking for a low volatility asset that's willing to move 1% for me. I leverage it up 10 to 20%. That 1% is now 10 to 20%. I go in with half my portfolio or my entire trading account. I'm risking to lose 0.5% to make 1% times 10. So I'm risking 5% to make 10%. Those are good odds. As long as I'm better than like 60, as long as I make more than 30% of my trades, then I win. I win. Yeah, this is perfect. This is an exact setup. Good call out. Good call out, Truth. The only thing I would say here is that I have to wait patiently because we have been not putting in lower lows. We've been putting in higher lows. And we just broke above a little bit. So I'd be looking to see if this thing reverses, especially as Bitcoin is at the bottom of this channel. So like it or not, Bitcoin dictates most of the market. If Bitcoin bounces up to the top of this channel and, oh, I forgot what it was already, OGN. If Bitcoin bounces to the top of that channel, I'd pay attention to see if OGN goes and breaks above this high that it just put here. If it does not break above that and Bitcoin is at the top of the channel and starts reversing back down, I would love to enter into this for a short because we'd likely enter around the VWAP and those are massive moves. Again, 1% is super simple here. You could even argue that it's worth taking a long up to that retest, but I don't want to counter trend trade, you know? RSI doesn't look great. Yeah, it does not. It does not. Let's add this to the watch list. I'm being stupid. OGN. If you guys need a trading account, if you guys are interested in signing up with the referral link in the description, I have been using BingX for quite some time now, and I am enthralled by it. I am a really big fan of how they've set everything up. It's super easy to use, and I've been trading with it for a couple months now. Since I started this YouTube channel, essentially, I've been using BingX. Before that, I was using BitGet, but you need to KYC on BitGet, and the United States doesn't really allow it. So I had to use a VPN, and then it was just sketchy, and I couldn't get my money out. BingX does not require KYC, and it's good in the US, and I'm chilling. Plus, they host these little, do you see that? These little championship things all the time? $500,000 to be won. One, not worn, one. I'm going to pull Bitcoin to the side here so that I have it on my screen on this side, this other screen that I got here, because I'm fancy like that. We're going to talk about my portfolio a little bit here, because I have not been making many moves in the portfolio. It's still holding up well. It's above $1,000 still. And yeah, I mean, that explosion that we had in altcoins really did wonders for the portfolio. It's still trucking along. I haven't added anything because I've been waiting for the pullback. I've been waiting for some level of a crash to occur, and it's just annoying because I'm just sitting here on my hands. I want to make moves. I want to put money into the market. I want to buy things, but I can't like warrant buying any of these things when they're at all these elevated prices. I want AGIX. I want it very badly, but we just ran up to 30 cents from 15 cents. It's like I could jump in, but do I want to? Do I want to jump in and chase this little pump that we're having? Maybe. On a micro scale, it's got a little dip, so maybe if we see another push up right now would probably be a good time to accumulate some of it. Let's go see. What are some coins that I should be paying attention to? What are some things out there that I don't have in the portfolio but should? Yeah, like I can't warrant getting into this. Look at that. Look at that. How could you justify getting into something like that? I see you guys chatting. Up 100% in 40 days at a clear resistance level. How could you justify that? Can you trade leverage on BingX? Yes, I always trade leverage. Bitcoin, I think, has up to 125x. Don't do that. Most others have 20x as a minimum, but it's usually between 50 to 100x on any asset that they have listed, and they have almost everything listed. Very, very seldom do I go and look for something and it's not there. I went hard all through this month. Let's go, Johnny. Let's go. If you got in at any point earlier this month, it's been good. It's been very good. I know you've been DCAing for a while though, so Quant. I own Quant. I'm a fan of Quant. I'm a little disappointed in its performance during this run, right? We barely got over $100 for a little bit, and now it looks like it's coming all the way back down. I have been a little bit disappointed with Quant, not gonna lie. Render, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with, because if you guys remember from one of the classrooms in the Kryptonite Discord, right here, I held the classroom saying like, don't buy this. It's coming down. I didn't like it. I wasn't a big fan of what was going on with it. And then we came back down. So I felt like a genius for a little bit. I saved people 50% of their money. Felt like a genius. There's no denying that it's been one of the winners this bear market. It's been doing work this whole bear market, up 600% while most things are down. It's been putting in a lot of price action movements. I kind of wish I had bought in here, because even though I don't necessarily think that Render is... I don't think Render has a long-term future. I'll just be completely honest. Render is more of a feature that could be added by one of the bigger companies easily. Distributed, there are already companies that do this. So it's like Microsoft could come out tomorrow, take everything that Render is, and offer it as one of their products under their suite of things. I don't think that it has a long-term future, but that doesn't matter. My thoughts on what could happen over the next decade are irrelevant to what it does, what the token price does over the next year or two. I think Render will probably be a pretty big winner for people as we go into this next bull market because it has that narrative. It has a lot of social attention. So I wish that I had put my little negative feelings to the side and bought some, because it, like, the pattern for it, the setup that Render's in is just immaculate. It's really good. It's like Caspa. It's very similar to Caspa, where it had a big pump, had a big pullback, came up, and like we had the classroom here, we entered here, and then it just exploded. It's just been a very consistent upward momentum over and over again. Shoot, do-doot, doot, do-doot. I only buy quant under $80. It will take off. I believe it'll take off as well. I'm bullish on quant any price under $100. Any price under 100 I think is a really good purchase for quant for my portfolio. And that's what I've been holding through with. I think my average price on quant, is $97. So it's sitting at $100 right now. Or no, it's sitting at 98. I have $100 worth. And we're chilling. We're chilling on that. ICP, same thing. Anything under $5 I'm a fan of. It's at, my average cost is $3.97, so we're chilling. Goddamn, Johnny. Goddamn. You're putting me to shame, boy. Here we go. So we're bouncing off the bottom end of this channel. We rode that channel for quite some time, so I was kind of expecting us to break, but all that happened here was a single wick down to shake out everyone who went long. So that right there is market manipulation, where we were on the bottom end of a channel. Everyone was going long, expecting a bounce up, but before we did that, we had to go hit their stop losses. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny when it's charted out like that. It looked like a break of structure. Everyone hops in to go short, and then it goes the other way. You can see the RSI here had started to curl back up as the price was going down. That's a clear divergence from an oscillator. That's bullish. Now we're waiting to see if we can make it up to the top of this channel and then get rejected. If we see that, then we'll likely enter into a short here on OGN. And then I'm gonna go make breakfast because I'm getting hungry. And I have a long day today. Long day. I have 3 meetings for Blocks, which if you haven't followed the Blocks accounts, you should go follow Blocks, because this is the company that I am founding with Lucas and Aaron. We got almost 800 followers here on X. Blocks Solutions, Next Gen Web3 Analytics. Let's go. Be careful on Sushi Swap. Why? Should we look up sushi? That's not how you spell sushi. The prices are higher than market. Uh-oh. Not enough liquidity. Not enough liquidity. My little boy Floop over there is upset. He's screaming. This also could be just a little pump before we see a massive sell-off. I heard they use old tuna. That sounds vile. That sounds vile. I got hit on RJV for 7 cents. Ooh. That is upsetting. 7 cents? Holy shit, dude. Hi, Floop. That is awful. That's like, you're automatically down 63%. How close was I? Uh, 60%, not 63%. 60.3. I will take that. I will happily take that. My cat sounds so depressed right now. Holy shit. Can you guys hear him meowing in the background? I'm gonna let him in. Come on. Come on. What kind of cat father would I be if I let him scream like that? Floop, come here. Come say hi. Yeah. I'm not going to take this trade, but it could be a good trade if you want to be quick in and out of it, okay? Riding Bitcoin back up to the top of this channel is probably a pretty decent play. It's 0.3% potential gains, so be cautious with that. Floop has good lungs. He does have good lungs. Actually, it's funny because I think he's got asthma, so in fact he has bad lungs, but I take all the traders. Let's go, Lionel. Take it then. Take it. Come here. Say hi. Did you see that? He's got kitty litter on his head. You gonna speak into the microphone? He just misses me. He just chills. He's waiting. Taking any Cyber... Nice cat, thank you. You taking any Cyber Monday sales? I forgot it was Cyber Monday. Yeah, I'm probably, to be completely honest, probably gonna buy the TradingView package that they got, like 70% off. Absolutely. I should go shopping today, though. If I find time today, I'll be going shopping for some Christmas stuff. My cat is trans and prefers to bark. My cat is semi-trans. Go ahead and purr into it. He plays fetch. He sits. He comes. He stays. What else does he do? He knows his name. Isn't that right, little man? I'm just waiting. I don't want to counter trend trade. So while I do think we're coming up to this channel, I don't see any of my typical altcoins that are riding above the VWAP. And so I'm waiting patiently to see if I can enter some that get rejected from the VWAP after Bitcoin starts to get rejected, right? Everything is looking kind of weak though. It really is. Things are looking a little bit weak here. Bitcoin, the RSI looks like it's topping out a little bit early. We just put in a lower high on a micro scale here. So if we can find support and continue up, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, I might jump straight into a short here. It looks like we're about to break structure. ADA looking strong on the daily. See, I very much disagree. It is up at the top of the range here, but we got like peaks like that, right? So price action's looking pretty strong. RSI is not looking strong. So maybe it's pulling back to gain some momentum and break up, but I would view this as a divergence. I know I can't bring the line out of the RSI, but you guys clearly see that difference there. I'm also, take it with a grain of salt though, I am extremely bearish on the market right now. I know everything's bullish and it's not cool, it's not popular to be bearish. I really could give two shits if it's popular or not. I'm looking to make money. I'm looking to make money. And we don't, like, crypto, Bitcoin, none of this is just gonna go straight up. None of it. We're gonna have pullbacks. We just went up an astronomical amount. If people don't think that after going 50% in 100 days, that Bitcoin's going to have a pullback, then you should be careful. There you go. Lie down. Wilma, your name is semi-appropriate. Down to 36,100, I think. I wish that the live stream channel can... If 2 of you guys aren't subscribed, could you please do it? That'd mean the world to me. We'd get to 500. I wish that the K1 dude with the heat maps and liquidity maps for Bitcoin was live right now, because I don't want to go over... Come on. I saw it this time. I saw it. Mother... Alright, you know what we'll do? We'll go to signals. I think I still have an account here. Are you bearish for TI reasons or FA reasons? Both, which is why I have such conviction in what I'm saying. TA looks pretty weak, and the actual fundamentals of the market right now, like, don't look that spectacular. People are a little bit too blindsided to what's actually going on out there in the economy. I don't think that we are just clear skies ahead. I think over the next 6 to 8 months, the Fed's going to start cutting rates, which is cool for risk-on assets, but they only cut rates when we're going into a recession. And just saying, the yield curve is still inverted. That uninversion of the yield curve signals that we're going to have some major risks in the bond market. The bond market dictates pretty much all other markets because it's risk-free rate of return. Bonds are historically at a very cheap price because yields are so high. Buying something like the TLT, this is going to suck money out of... Nobody's talking about it, and it's because it's boring, and I get it. But you're here, and you're going to listen to me rant because you're here. This is long-duration bonds, okay? The price of a bond is inversely correlated to the yield of the bond. We are at historically low prices for bonds right now. Not the yields, I'm talking low. Because the yield is so high, we haven't seen TLT at these levels since 2011. Floop, do you mind? I'm in the middle of a rant. Stop it. Right, we haven't seen these prices since 2011, okay? This is not going to stay. We're going to go back to zero rate environment, or at least like a 2 or 3% rate environment. TLT is going to rocket. This is very possibly going to double people's money in bonds. That doesn't happen. That's going to... Everyone with a brain in finance sees this and is going to pour money into bonds in the next 3 to 6 months in anticipation of the Fed cutting rates, because the Fed cutting rates guarantees that TLT and SHI, more so guarantees SHI, but guarantees that these bonds go up in value, okay? If you could buy and lock in a 5% yield on a bond for 10 years and the value of that bond doubles, come on. That's going to suck up so much liquidity and nobody's paying attention to it. The market right now is not looking super bullish if you consider some of these factors into it. I'm just saying, okay? I know the 4-year cycle's coming and rate cuts are coming and all these cool things are coming. They're coming for a reason, guys. They're coming for a reason. And I'm not trying to fearmonger anything. It's just like, it just is the reality. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's change the... Here, I can pull this back over. This is signals. This is going to show us where there are open orders, right, Floop? This is going to show us where liquidity is. Hey, what's good, Bernie? The heat map, the subs. Ooh, there's so many things going on. Do we have 500 subs now? I'll look up the yields in a sec. 507. Shit. What the hell? Shout out Wilma. Shout out Wilma. Should I say it? What's up? Are you good? Okay, you gotta go over here. Let's look at the yield curve too, if you guys are getting excited for it. So, well, it's getting more inverted right now, right? The short durations, the 1 and 3 month bonds are going up very minusculely, but then the 10 years are coming down. We're hovering right below 5% for the 2 year and about 4.5% for the longer duration. The short durations is at about 5.5%, 5.4, right? So Yeah. There's a 1% inversion, which means that we're all the way back to... We're down a lot. I was not expecting us to reinvert like this, which is basically just the Fed kicking the can down the road. This is the 10-year. I want the 2-10 split. Yeah, a 0.5% inversion. This right here, this rapid uninversion got me kind of fearful. We're going back into the inversion territory, but just like a stock chart, we're just chopping around on our way back to getting uninverted, back to a normal market. You want the 5 and 10. Do you want the split between those? I don't think that's going to be super valuable, but you're also just asking for the rates. Yeah. That was me being silly. Now, what was I doing? Oh, I was looking at signals. Where is signals? I don't want hit, though. Let's do Bing X, if they got it. They don't have Bing X. That's all right. We'll do just MEXC then. They got most of everything. I'm not looking on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 15 minute. Save changes. This is confusing. I understand. It's confusing to me as well, to be completely honest. But basically, this is saying that right now for Bitcoin, there's a lot of liquidity above it. A lot of liquidity above it. All the way up to 37,700, 800. There's not that much, if anything, below it. So on the 15 minute, Bitcoin's likely going to move up. If we had to take that guess, that assertion, on the 15 minute, Bitcoin's likely going to move back up to 37, maybe even 37.7, to be honest. So that, let's trade it then. Let's trade it. And then I'm going to go get some food. There's confluence here among indicators to signal that Bitcoin's going to go up. So let's go ahead and just trade Bitcoin, you know? Might as well. Unless there's something else that looks stronger than Bitcoin. I think there was one that was above the VWAP. HBAR. Oh, I don't want to trade HBAR though. I don't want to trade. Yeah, that was I was going to go in on a short for alts, but the liquidity of Bitcoin looks like it's going to head up. And so I don't want to counter trade Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame. So now I'm looking to see if there's any strong alts out there. Most of the alts that I'm watching, can we stop resetting? Most of the alts that I'm watching are pretty weak looking right now. Maybe Quant. Quant looks pretty decent. But see how OGN, low key. Should we long OGN? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm just looking for my 1%. That's it. So let's go ahead and see about longing OGN. Steve the Canadian. If I had to guess, Bitcoin is going to move, possibly up, but could go down though. Definitely going to move. I wish that we had options so I could straddle this thing. I wish that we had options in the crypto world so I could straddle the shit out of Bitcoin, especially over this weekend. Like, it was so obvious that it was going to move. Oh, I only have spot for OGN. Never mind. Ugh. ADA coming down. Matic at the lows. Solana not really showing support. HBAR coming down. What's happening to Bitcoin then? Bitcoin's coming down to the bottom of that range. XRP, Aptos, ARB, BNB, Aave, Quant. Everything looks bearish though. I gotta pee, guys. If I leave for a minute, how many people are watching the live stream right now? This will dictate. 11 people watching, 15 people watching. Guys, this is a PR. I've never gone over 10 on YouTube. TikTok's a different story. I've had like 400 people watching on TikTok, but YouTube, that's a different game. Let's go, guys. Thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, because we do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go over news and current events in the market like AGX, AGIX, and ICP, combining to put AI on chain. We talk about things like decentralized science, because decentralized science is one of the smallest sectors in all of crypto right now that could very, very, very easily 100x as a whole. These coins are sitting at $1 million market cap. Data Lake is $500,000 market cap. Data Lake going to $500 million market cap is not that crazy, and that's a 1000x. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is like my lottery ticket in DeSci. Data Lake could very well 1000x and still be relatively mid-sized. You get into sectors super early. How many of you guys know someone, or even yourself, last cycle got into the metaverse projects while they were minuscule and no one was talking about it? You saw how much money people made getting into Sandbox at like half a penny and then rocketing all the way up to like $10 or whatever it got into. You saw how much money was made there. That is DeSci this cycle. That is DeSci this cycle. I'm more convinced of that than anything in crypto. It's like, it's just too complicated for people to see, and so they're going to miss out on it. We're not going to miss out on it. Went hard on Lake, Gene, and RCS. So Johnny, my boy, have made more money than anyone out here right now. Those coins ripped. Those coins went insane. Even VitaDAO is still going very insane. Let's just trade Bitcoin. Screw all these alts. The problem is the RSI is right in the middle. I have to go to the bathroom. Please don't go anywhere. For the love of God, guys, don't go anywhere. You see this? Let's put on this live stream. Don't go anywhere, please. I have to pee. I have to mictrate. Get all of our ADHD brains going. Look at all that. You got so much to look at. Did it crash yet? Did it crash and burn? Nope. We're still just at the bottom of the ledge here. What's going on there? Floop start pushing button. Imagine Floop liquidated my account. You know, okay, I wish I could turn the camera around right now, but I have like the sound wall of those cushioning things to make sure that like the sound is good, right? These things. He loves ripping them down. When I say he loves ripping them down, I say he comes here when I'm not looking, reaches up and like grabs them to pull them straight down. Just like Rodney, no way he washed his hands. Well, I don't need to wash my hands because I know where everything's been, you know. Down there's probably cleaner than up here. I'm just saying. I probably need to wash my junk after going to the bathroom. My hands are way dirtier, guaranteed. Plus, I'm just in my own home. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, MK. Huh? No one asked for this. Where did my watch list go? Am I being spedly? There it is. This is confusing me. This is confusing me. I might just like, I feel like I'm gonna force a trade here. No, you're good. You're good, MK. I'm joking around. You can genuinely say whatever you want to me, and it's funny. We're just chilling. I might honestly just stay away. I don't want to force a trade right now, and I can feel the FOMO seeping in. It's being very indecisive right now. Personally, for my own comfort, I'm going to just wait. So I'm sorry I led you on. I led you all on as if I was going to take a trade, and I didn't take a trade, and I'm not going to, but I will put it in the Discord if I do take a trade. So feel free to join. It's Those Investors Discord. You must enter into the realm of those investors if you so please. Bitcoin's coming down. Let's see if our initial thesis for a trade would have played out well. Yep. That's all right. We're chilling. We're just chilling. I don't want to get suckered into FOMO here. So your time is your most valuable asset. 5-minute Discord live. Yeah, let's go over to the Discord live. Hell yeah. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Turn on notifications. Be there. And Johnny, I'll be in the Discord. Anyone who wants to join, feel free to head on over.